Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 33 of Civilization 5 as Korea. Pretty much resigned ourselves to the fact that we're not going to manage to get a cultural victory simply because we just can't get enough bonuses with people like the Celts and stuff like that, which makes it pretty impossible. 50 turns it would take to become influential with the Songhai, 219 turns with Persia, although we could get a trade route going there. 120 turns with Morocco. Again, we do have a trade route, but we can't get open borders with them. So we're either going to go for a science win or a Diplo win. We can make a proposal here. What would be nice to get is getting rid of this thing. Can't remember what that's called. Let's have a look. The arts funding. We could... There'd be a few civilizations angry if we did that. We could try and repeal the ban on the luxury jewellery, but we don't really need to. Oh, International Space Station. Yeah, we definitely want to actually get that. Because gold would give us more production. Give us a free spaceship factory, I think. Songhai would like it if we did it. We'd get a free great scientist. We'd get a research boost. If we build it in the capital, it probably counts as a science building as well. Yep, let's go for the International Space Station. Surely no one is going to be against that. Production. Walls are finished. Once again, let's get a castle. It all helps with our culture pool, which is very, very good now. On to the next turn, because there's nothing else we can do. So I think this map definitely made things easier with its layout. It meant that I didn't really end up having to fight many people apart from the Aztecs and the French, which is more something I chose to do than something that I was forced to do. So assuming that I win this game, which at the moment I'm relatively confident that I will, when I do my next game I'm going to up the ante and try it on Impossible. Now I've heard that the jump between Emperor and Impossible is a very, very big jump. It's probably the biggest difficulty curve increase between any two of the difficulty levels. And I'm just worried that I might have played my ace a little bit too early because Korea is very, very overpowered. So if I end up having to pick a different civilization, which obviously I will, I don't want to keep playing as Korea in every game, it might make it a little bit difficult to do some of the other ones, but we will see how that goes. What would be nice, how long would it actually take us to get a great engineer? A very, very long time. I'd love to get a great engineer. In fact, could we buy a great engineer? How much would a great engineer cost at the moment? Wow, that is a lot of faith. I was thinking about getting a great engineer because if I could get a great engineer, then we could use it to rush the Hubble Space Telescope. What am I on about? We're working on the International Space Center, not the Hubble Space Telescope. I'm just having one of those days. Ignore me completely. I don't know what I'm on. Simple as that. Let's go ahead and... Well, there's not an awful lot of anything that we need, so I guess we could go and... we can't do all the other spaceship parts yet. I don't think we need any archaeologists. Let's get a couple of nukes just to make sure that we're telling people, look, leave us alone. I guess you could go and get more trading posts over here. I mean, they're pretty useless, but sure, why not? So when can we actually build the Hubble... Have we already got the Hubble Space Telescope? I can't even remember now. I've been playing this game for too long, my brain's fried. Wonders. Hubble Space Telescope. Yeah, we do have it. That's fine then. Always get those confused. Obviously, you can't rush. You can't rush a project through the World Congress. Only wonders. So that's fine. We're good there. So what have we got going on here? Zhengzhou's grown. Seoul has finished the National Visitor Centre. That helps with the tourism. National Visitor Centre. Where are you? I've lost you. Down here somewhere. National Visitor Centre. So, must have built a hotel in all cities. The cost goes up, the more blah 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 blah. 100% of the culture from world wonders, natural wonders and improvements is added to the tourism output of the city. And tourism for great works is increased by 100%. Fantastic. That actually helps. What are you going to do now? You could go for... actually, an airport would be very good, because that would... Actually, let's just buy the airport. Screw it. Buy the airport. Build an armory, just in case we need to end up building some stuff. And build a medical lab, because sure, why not? We're already working on the East India Company somewhere. That puts our tourism up to 741. If we actually go and have a look now at 28 turns to be influential over the Songhai, 89 turns to be influential over Persia, 61 turns to be influential over Morocco. We just can't get open borders with Morocco, which is the problem. We could get a trade route with Persia. We could get a trade route with the Celts, and we are also sending a diplomat over there as well. On to the next turn. Also bear in mind, of course, though, that we're only going to have the extra boost to our culture from the for 20 turns. Oh, Karakorum has been captured by the Celts. Great, that's going to reset quite a lot of my trade routes, which is actually good, because it means I can now more easily trade with the Celts. You want to fight the Celts, that's fine. And it's if the AI want to keep wiping each other out, it just makes it easier for me. So, yeah, that should end up being a few trade routes reset right now. So I want to try and get open borders with Morocco and the Celts. It's probably not going to work, but we'll do what we can. Still making money. Still in the golden age. 4 turns and we get another social policy. 2 turns and we get another tech. Gold per turn to Genghis has ended. There's a great artist. Busan has grown. Do we have anything else queued up after this? Yeah, we've got nanotech queued up after that. Then we might want to go into... Well, nanotech spaceship parts. Then I guess it's probably into particle physics after that. And then after that we might go into nuclear fusion. We'll see what happens. Great artist, let's deal with you first. Let us make sure you're selected and we will make a great work. So what we could do is go over to the... I'll never get on the right screen for this. So we've got another piece of art somewhere. Beads... What's that? That's a portrait. Information era Korea. So... Atomic era Korea, information era Korea. If we could swap one of those. Modern era. So let's swap. Let's swap our atomic era doohickey for that. And then I think I've just swapped one of the wrong ones around somewhere. Information era, Morocco modern era. So I need one other. Let me make that's right. Art from different eras and different civilizations. Do we have any extra art knocking around somewhere that we could use? That's a coin. That's a thing. Statue. Beads. And obviously we're already getting a bonus from those, so we don't really want to move them. So we need another piece of art that we can trade. Then we can get some more culture from that. That's doing good, though. I don't mind that. Cargo ship. You were probably all the ones that were going to Karakorum before. Yeah, because Karakorum is now Celtic. So you can go to Beshbelik, which again was Mongolian. And that might help things. You were also probably going to Karakorum. You can actually trade with... do we have a trade route with Morocco? I can't remember. We're actually falling with Mongolia now, but I don't think that's going to make a lot of difference. They're probably going to get wiped out anyway. Mongolia. We do have a trade route with you. We didn't have a trade route with the Celts, but we've just set one up, which doesn't help a great deal. Songhai, we've got a trade route. Persia. We don't have a trade route with Persia. Okay, so that's what we want to do with that one then. So, unit needs orders. You are going to trade with Persia. Can we trade with Persia? Wow, can't actually trade with Persia. Do we have any available trade routes with Persia? Let's have a look at the trade route overview. So we want, just look for Persia on the list. Am I missing something? What's Persia's symbol? Oh, they're embargoed, of course. Remember now, we can't trade with them because they're embargoed. Oh well, fine. I contributed towards that, which is a little bit bad, but oh well. We shall carry on. We shall not let that hold us back. Oh, would you look at that? It's another cargo ship. You can just go there. A lot of cargo ships now that we need to rearrange. You can go to Beshbalik. Oh, look, another cargo ship. You can go to Jen as well. Still working on the East India Company. It's going to be a little bit pointless now, I think, but we shall carry on. Revolution. Oh, wow. Who is this? The Celts have risen up and forced their leader to adopt the order technology. Ha ha! That is absolutely fantastic. So the person that we were going to be spending the longest time trying to flip over, the Celts, have actually now switched over to the same ideology. And in fact, that could be really useful for us because we're 3 turns away from another social policy. And we could now use that to get the boost with everyone that has the same... the same type. So Mongolia are having a revolutionary wave as well. We still might be able to grab a culture victory. We've got advanced ballistics. Darius is building a naval sneak attack. Good luck. We can just buy all the boats we need should we need to. In fact, where would Darius come from if he did? Probably... I don't know. Well, we can definitely go ahead and we've got plenty of money, so we could easily go and we'll purchase and we'll get a nuclear sub over here, and we'll go and we will grab a nuclear sub over here, and in Seoul we will we'll build a missile cruiser, and we'll save some money in case we need to purchase something else. That'll be fine. Unit promotion. Wolfpack and Wolfpack 2, always. Persia's denounced Mongolia. Mongolia's denounced the Celts. Mongolia is down to a single city. I think. Yep, 1 city, and they're currently at war with... where's the symbol? Should say at the bottom. Oh, it doesn't say they're at war anymore. Okay. I can't see it. Unless I'm missing something. See the denouncing, but... oh well. They may still end up losing that city. I don't think they're at war anymore. So they shouldn't really be able to flip their culture back because they just simply don't have enough enough culture output now. They've got 1 city left. They are crippled. They're absolutely crippled. So that's fine. We just need to keep our eye on Persia and find out what tricky business he's attempting. Also need to make sure we go through and get the rest of these city-states on board as well. So, especially trying to take some off Persia if he is thinking about going to war. 76. I'd have to give them 2,000 gold to flip them over. It's probably not worth it. What about you guys? How far are you? 61. We could definitely do that. Go ahead and take you away from Morocco. Oh, was that still not enough? 1. Really? Seriously, game? Oh. Didn't mean to pledge to protect there, but we have done anyway, so there you go. Okay, Daegu, you have finished the helicopter gunship. That is fantastic. I think you are going to work on a... you can work on a missile cruiser. Busan, your nuclear submarine is going to move out here and just sort of sit stealthily. Choosing production. We finished the castle over here. Let us go ahead and work on... let's go ahead and grab ourselves a nuclear missile. We don't have a lot of production here, do we? But we can build one up slowly. It's not going to take a huge amount of time. Units needing orders. Helicopter gunship. Never get to use these things much. Helicopter gunships are basically the upgrade path from cavalry, not cavalry, from anti-cavalry. So Lancers, pikemen, basically, are the upgrade route for this. So nothing upgrades directly into them, but they have... so all tiles cost 1 move. It doesn't actually work like a flying unit. It works like a normal unit that you move along the ground, but all tiles cost 1 move, which represents its ability not to actually be inhibited by the terrain. So it's a hovering unit, which means I think it means it actually takes extra damage from anti-air stuff as well. It's got a bonus versus tanks, so whereas you had things like spearmen and pikemen and lancers that get the bonus against cavalry, cavalry upgrades into tanks, so this is your anti-tank weapon. It doesn't have any defensive bonus terrain, and it's unable to capture cities. One thing, the other things to remember with them, though, is that they do need to embark to cross water, and they can actually cross over mountains, but if they stop on a mountain, then they do take damage. But one of the great things with them is, because it is classed as a ground unit, all tiles take 1 movement. Oh, they've changed it. Maybe it was a bug. I'm pretty sure that they used to be able to use roads and use railroads and actually travel faster, but it doesn't look like that's a thing anymore. Maybe I'm just misremembering. It's quite possible. We'll move you out of the city and just put you onto alert. I don't know who the Persians are attacking. It might not be me, but I definitely need to be prepared just in case they are. We'll have another quick look at culture when this turn is cycled over, just so that we can see what's going on there. We'll have a quick look and see what difference it's made now that the Celts have been forced to flip over to order, and we are only 1 turn away from getting our next policy, which is really going to help there. Yeah, it looks like Mongolia has got to keep Turfan, which is fine. Doesn't mean to say, of course, that the Celts won't go to war with them again before the end of the game. We're still probably not going to be able... Well, we might actually be able to get open borders with Boudica now, simply because we do have the same ideology. So would you be willing to do open borders now? She would, for a lot cheaper than she was offering before. So 2 gold per turn. There we go. We've got open borders with her. Fantastic. You're probably still not going to give, are you? Well, that's what I thought, but, you know, I thought I'd ask. If I vote yes for the International Space Station... Right, world ideology, autocracy. No, you actually want to... yeah, you want world ideology, autocracy. That's not going to go through, is it? International Space Station, yes. What would you give me for this? Nothing. That'll probably go through anyway, but we need to vote against the world ideology autocracy. Who's likely to go for that? Let's have a quick look here. So Mongolia and Morocco are the only ones that have autocracy. And the rest of us are order. So Songhai, Celts, Korea are all order. And the Celts have still got minus happiness, although they are probably still in resistance. Let's have a look at what we were going to, which was influenced by player. So against the Celts now, 23 turns. So that's going to help. Songhai, 23 turns. Morocco, 55 turns. We are losing some against Mongolia, but, well, it's not moving at all now. I don't think it's going to make any difference. And Persia, still 81 turns. It'd be much better if we could actually trade with Persia, but we can't, unfortunately. But if we can get the world ideology in... So what we are going to do here is we are going to take this tenant plus 34% tourism to other order ideologies. So if we go ahead and look at this now, 19 turns we'll have Songhai, 19 turns we'll have the Celts. Fantastic. Choosing production. Busan has finished the East India Company. There we go. It's another useless wonder. We don't really need the heroic epic here. Let us go ahead and work on an SS boost. So let's start getting some of these spaceship parts done. You're fine there. Unit needs orders. Gunship, you can stay there until we need you. On to the next turn. So I guess it's all going to be down to what happens first. Will we be able to build the spaceship? Will we be able to vote ourselves in as world leader? Or will we be able to flip everybody culturally? So it could happen. It would be nice if we could actually repeal the embargo against the Persians so that we could trade with them. That would certainly offset some of the issues that we are having, but not worried too much about that. We definitely don't want the world ideology to pass, so we're going to vote against that and just hope that the International Space Station goes through. It should do, because people usually like to vote for that. But we'll do everything we can to make sure that the world ideology doesn't go through, because that's just going to be a complete pain. Not bothered about that gold return from Genghis, although we're not making nearly as much money as we used to be. We're still making a fairly decent amount. There's still only a few city-states that we're not actually friendly with or allied with, which we will continue to do. 81 there. The other two don't actually... Well, you're allied with the Songhai, 87 there. Maybe we need to save up a little bit more money, or actually go and do some of those missions. You would just not be willing to give us open borders at all, would you? I know I just checked this before, but... See, he would do it if I gave him, like, absolutely everything I own. He wants to vote against the International Space Station. What a douche. Well, we have open borders with Persia. That's fine. Okay, let's carry on then. This cargo ship is going to go back to Jen. Well, I'm not sure who Persia was attacking, but it wasn't me. That's assuming he has actually attacked somebody. There we go. You actually kind of like me now. Persia, are you actually at war with somebody? Not that I can see, but they do covet lands that I currently own. So it's quite possible that they could come in and start a fight. You actually want to go to war with Morocco. I don't mind if you do. That's fine. So, you know, a tourism victory is still possible. But bear in mind, again, like I said, it will slow down once the bonus from the international games wears off. Got a research lab we're working on there. Got a public school we're working on there. I could go ahead and annex these cities. I mean, I have plenty of... I guess that's probably not a bad idea, actually. I'll let them finish those buildings, because we want those buildings anyway, and then I might actually annex them. What have we got here? Seoul has grown in population. That's probably fine. You're working relatively decent tiles. I don't mind that too much. And we'll end the video there, because we're well over the 20-minute mark. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you're still enjoying Civilization 5 as Korea. And I'll see you on the next video. So until then, goodbye for now.